Rock Your Biz. Rock Your Biz, where women get together to help each other grow their business. Networking, boot camps, seminars. Rock Your Biz with Tracy Sheldrake.
Hi, thank you for joining us. I am your host, Tracy Sheldrake, and you are listening to Rock Your Biz on Whistle FM. Rock Your Biz provides opportunities for women in business to gain connections, refine their skills, and do business together. We offer networking meetings, seminars, Facebook chats, and we have our big expo coming up. So that's going to be lots of fun, and look out for that. Today, we're going to talk to Samantha King. She's an accountability coach. And, sometimes you just need some help figuring out where you're going, how you're going to make that happen, and keep you on track. So thanks so much, Samantha. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So let's start off. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So when I talk a little bit about myself, it gets mixed in with my mamahood, myself as a person and what I do for a living.
Right.
So I am a mother to a 5-year-old daughter, Penny. She is high functioning autistic, and my 16-month-old son, Max. And I find that as women entrepreneurs, just as women in general, really, we get pulled in a million different directions. Mm-hmm. And when you throw in business on top of that, then, I feel like I have a million balls in the air. Like everything is up in the air, and I'm just, what do I do first? Where do I go?
Yeah.
And how do I keep those important things on top? How do I balance, getting Penny to her occupational therapy session, getting Max to his speech and language pathology session, and moving my business forward, both working in my business and working on my business.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's kind of where accountability coaching comes in. So people will say, what is an accountability coach? And a lot of the time, I explain it almost like a personal trainer, but for your business.
Okay.
A lot of the solopreneurs that I work with, and they're all women, sorry, gentlemen, they are, like I said, struggling to keep the business tasks up at the top of their list. They're struggling to find that balance between everything else that they have to do and the things that are going to generate revenue for them.
Right, absolutely. Now, I'm a big fan of taglines. I love taglines. I think they're really important because they help with your brand awareness and just because they're fun. I absolutely love yours. Let's just say Samantha helps you get stuff done. Check us out at rockyourbiz.ca or find us on Facebook at Rock Your Biz Community and find out her real tagline. You'll have some fun with that. So now,
it'll be the mystery for the day.
Yes, absolutely. You got to check that out because it's super fun. So give us an idea of what would that be like? So I book a session with you. Give me an idea. What are we going to do? What are we going to run through?
Usually people come to me because, as I said, they're having a hard time keeping those business tasks up at the top. Right. So typically we will spend, half an hour. I call them curiosity calls. We'll spend half an hour talking about your business and where you want to go and what it means to you right now. I actually have an intake package that I have everybody fill out before they start with me, which really helps cut down on that back and forth because it'll give me some insight into you.
Right.
And I can start from there.
You're going to do your pre-work before you kind of meet them and see what their business is all about?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll ask them things like, how big is their empire? I call
Right.
it your empire. And, that can be very overwhelming. So some people will say, well, this is what it looks like. And other people will go, I have no idea what that looks like. So we'll break it down and I'll say, okay, well, what are your 1 to 3 year goals? What are your 3 to 5 year goals? And we'll gradually work towards what the big goal is.
Right.
What's the big idea? Where are you going? Because if you don't know where you're going, you have no idea how to take intentional, focused action to get there.
Right. Now, do you find that are the majority of your clients the ones that are maybe they're working from home and they're stay at home, so to them they just, it is all one and it's so hard to separate it? Or do you have a mix?
I actually work with a mix. So
Okay.
I work with some people are they're just new and out on their own and they're just getting started in their business. Other people are doing what I call a side hustle.
Okay.
So they're working full time and building their business on the side.
Okay.
That full time though, just as much as it's a 9 to 5 out of the home job, it can also be moms and their full-time job is mommyhood.
Right.
So I actually get a mix of both in what I'm doing.
Right. Now, I would imagine that obviously you're helping them with whatever it turns out that they need. But what is your favorite thing to help our fempreneurs with?
I have a lot of things that I enjoy working with. I love, but I think my favorite is business development and all that comes with that. So that really encompasses your sales strategies, your networking follow-up, and all the ways that you're going to generate revenue in your business. Those are really the most exciting things, because I find that with my clients and in my session, what they really need is not only do they need help being held accountable and keeping those tasks up at the top that are going to generate revenue,
right,
they also need a second set of eyes.
Right.
They need a second set of eyes to see what is possible, who could be a strategic alliance for them. A lot of people will say, for example, if I am a certified financial planner, well then, traditionally I'd want to hook up with an accountant. But as we were discussing with a client recently, she did something completely out of left field, but by looking at it together and brainstorming, we found how she could be a strategic alliance with the certified financial planner, and she comes from a marketing background.
Right. Okay. So you're listening to Rock Your Biz here on Whistle FM, and I'm here with Samantha, who's an accountability coach, and we're learning all about it and how it can help you. And a little later in the show, we're going to talk about the 6 tools to get you started off with a bang for 2017. Before we get there, what do you find that it also, you end up really becoming a connector? Because as much as maybe I have an idea who I should align with, I might not know certain people that are doing that. So when you're out there constantly networking, you're networking for all of us, because you can help me connect with somebody I didn't even know was in that field.
Yeah, absolutely. And every once in a while, I run a 30-day networking challenge for myself.
Yep.
And it's one of the things that I'm going to turn into a service I offer in 2017.
Absolutely. I did that with you, your last one, and it was great. So, I hope you do that again.
Yeah. So with a 30-day networking challenge, what I do is I sit down with fellow fempreneurs and really get a sense of their business.
Absolutely.
Get a sense of what it is that they do, why they do it, what makes them different, and the ideal customer for them.
Yeah.
My biggest takeaway from each one of my 30-day networking challenge meetings is, who can I send you? Because exactly as you said, I do a lot of connecting.
Yeah,
I spend a
absolutely.
lot of time connecting, because I firmly believe in outsourcing where you need to outsource. You know me, I've said a million times, I have outsourced everything up into including meal preparation and dinner cooking, because I hate cooking. It was an investment in my marriage. But anything that takes me away from doing what I do best is not worth my time. It's actually costing me money.
Yeah, I think we tend to want to try to do everything ourselves because we feel like it may cost a lot of money, but when you really put down to how much that task has cost you in time, it would have been beneficial to pay somebody to do that, and it would have got done for you.
Exactly, and it would have got done faster, because think about it. I mean, one of the things that I find a lot of my clients are doing is their own social media.
Yeah.
Well, I know about social media. I know about Facebook. I know about Instagram, but I don't follow the changes. And Facebook changes their user terms more than they change their underwear.
Right. And that's why we have experts to move on.
Exactly.
To that.
And I do the same thing in my business. I am not an accountant. I am not a bookkeeper. I am not, I have a marketing background, but I'm sure there are marketing strategists out there, even digital marketers, that I refer to, because for me, it's the accountability is what I love to do. It's what I'm passionate about, and it's really where my expertise is.
Okay, that's awesome. We're going to go for a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to get into a little bit more on some tips and some help you could use to keep accountable and get these 6 tools to start off 2017 with a bang. We'll be right back.
Hi, listen every Tuesday morning to Edward Nellis and myself, Patty Tamlin, on Stoll Morning from 7 to 9 every Tuesday on CIWS, Whistle FM 1029.
Rock Your Biz. Rock Your Biz, where women get together to help each other grow their business. Networking, boot camp, seminars. Rock Your Biz with Tracy Sheldrake.
Welcome back. You're listening to Rock Your Biz on Whistle FM, and I'm here with Samantha King, who's an accountability coach, and we're learning all about how she can help you get stuff done and keep your business on track. So, Samantha, what do you find are the biggest pitfalls or problems that your clients seem to be having?
So when they, why do they come to me? Well, they typically come to me because, they need to keep their business tasks at the top. They need a fresh set of eyes in terms of where they're going and how they're going to get there. They feel like they've been spinning their wheels and they're not necessarily getting any traction. So they want to have somebody else look at what they're doing and what they have been doing and kind of get a fresh set of eyes and input and a place to brainstorm through those challenges.
Right.
And the other thing that I find is they come to me because they need help breaking down a task. So we all go out into the business world and, we may have been employees, we may be moms. And so somebody else, even when you're a mother, is always, driving what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So it can be really hard to then be the entrepreneur and be the one who has to figure it all out. And so that's where that spinning your wheels comes in.
Do you find sometimes just the fact that they either put it on paper or said it out loud, it actually gets some clarity for them then as well, and then helps you build that plan for them?
I find absolutely getting that brainstorming going and working that through and talking it through is always very helpful. The other thing is after each of my sessions, I will send a list of the tasks that we've decided we're going to work on.
Okay.
So I find that and I actually had a client who said, no, as long as you have it written down, it's okay. It's okay. And the next week, as I customarily do before each session, I'll send you an email saying, here's what we're talking about tomorrow.
Right.
And she said to me, I need the list. Because having that list in front of you is so very helpful, because it's kind of like, okay, what was I doing? Okay, check, check, check. It's a lot more manageable and easy to take in for our minds if it's in a simple list as opposed to, paper and notes and paragraphs and paragraphs of ideas and concepts.
So then where do I go from there? So now we've developed the plan. You've given me some ideas where we're going, maybe some timelines on what to do first and how to do it. So are you checking in with me weekly?
Yes.
Bi-weekly? Okay.
All of my sessions, all my accountability coaching sessions are done each week.
Okay.
So we're gradually moving towards whatever the big goal is. Because like I said, a lot of my clients come to me because they have these huge grandeur goals and they have absolutely no idea how they're going to do it.
Right.
They just know that whether it's, their husband or even their own ambition, they've got to get them done. This is the revenue target I have to hit. These are the friends I have to hit, how many sales I have to do, how many parties I have to book. And they go, and I say to them, like, that's fantastic. You need to make this much money. Okay, but what does that mean? So where does it comes from? Where does your revenue come from?
Okay.
How do you, it comes, if they're in direct sales, maybe it comes from parties, Okay, so how many parties do you need to book a month? And all right, so that's that number. Okay, so how many people do you need to send out invitations to? How many hostesses do you need to approach?
Right.
Okay, how many networking events do you need to go to fill up your sales funnel to get those clients?
Right.
So what I do is, I used to be a teacher in another life. Seriously, people laugh at me. It's a running joke in my family that I have a license for everything. And I have done a million jobs, from telemarketing to selling textbooks to schools, to teaching. I even was in the financial services industry for a bit and had licenses there.
Too funny.
So in that teaching degree, I really learned typically what will happen is when you're planning a unit or and a series of lessons, you have to take this, abstract concept from the curriculum, and that's what the kids have to show you how to do. Well, then I have to work backwards to figure out what skills I need to teach the children in order for them to show me that. And that's what I bring into that goal breakdown. So just like I said, this is your revenue target. Okay. So where's that revenue going to come from? It's going to come from parties. Okay, how many parties do you have to book? And then so on and so forth.
Okay. And then you're going to check in with me and make sure I did what
once
we planned?
A week. Yeah, once a week we check in and we go through. I actually have some clients who just really need 15 minutes to make sure they're on track.
Yeah.
So we actually do.
Just someone to bounce it back with. And okay. And how do you offer these sessions? Are you doing Skype? Is it in person, online?
A lot of them are done via Zoom. So Zoom is like Skype. So you actually don't have to leave your home.
Yeah.
We can sit and just talk via video conference.
And that's so great because you shouldn't not be able to fit that in. when you can do that, right?
Yeah. And like I said, some of my clients do 2 15-minute calls
Right.
twice a week. So everything that I do is in 30-minute or 1 hour increments if I'm doing one-on-one coaching.
Okay, great. Now let's get into those 6 tools. We're going to start the new year off with a bang. Let's start with number 6 and work our way down to number 1.
Okay, so these 6 tools are actually part of my 6-week business boot camp that I offer. And people will, sometimes I open it up. For the odd exception, I may let people in when it's not opened up.
Right.
But it is going to be opening up for the new year.
Okay.
And the 6 steps, so I'm going to walk you through because they kind of go in a specific order.
Oh, so we should start. I was thinking countdown, but we should actually start in order.
Yeah, we're going to start at 1. We're going to start at 1.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to tell you why. In the first step really is looking at how big is your vampire. So how big is your dream? Some people that I work with only are making enough money to go to Disneyland. Other people just need to supplement a little bit of income, and other people want to be CEO.
Right.
Okay. So it's really important that you understand where that is. So I always tell the story of Alice in Wonderland and the Cheshire Cat. Alice is walking in the forest. She comes to a fork in the road. The Cheshire Cat appears in the tree and she goes, well, which way should I go? And he goes, I don't know. Where are you going? And she goes, I don't know. And he says, well, it doesn't really matter then which way that you go. If you don't know where you're going, you're just that's how that running around in circles and spinning your wheels happens, because you have no target. I mean, would you get in the car and go somewhere without having a general idea of where you're going?
No, especially I don't leave without my GPS.
Yeah. And even my husband, who likes to go off on road trips, he still knows where he's going.
Yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't just start heading east and see what happens.
So let's start with that first one. Now, do I need to have that set before I see you, or are you going to help me with that one as well?
We, in the 6-week business boot camp, we actually do a 30-minute webinar where I take you through that.
Okay.
So you don't have to know that.
So if I don't know that before I start with you, I'm good to go. You're going to help me figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to help you figure that out as we go through. And then what I like to do, there's always a worksheet that goes with that webinar, and there's a 30-minute accountability session where you can kind of go through the things in the webinar, and then we spend 30 minutes, 1, making sure that you're doing it.
Okay.
And 2, doing something that's customized to you.
Okay. So if you just joined us here, you're listening to Rock Your Biz on Whistle FM, and I'm here with Samantha King, an accountability coach, and we're going through the 6 tools to start the new year off with a bang. So what number are we at, Sam?
We're at number 2, and it's still in the business planning realm. So once you know how big your vampire is, you have to start figuring out how you're going to get there.
Okay.
So that's where, when I was saying to you before, some people can't decide, what it's going to look like when it's all said and done.
Right.
They can't tell me if they're selling it, giving it to their kids, or just closing the doors and walking away. So what we would do, and especially in this area, if they're struggling with that, is look at it in short term. So I may say, okay, well, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 3 years? Where do you want to be in 1 year? And again, just like I was saying to you with the teaching, we break it down to those very, very basic steps. What do you need to do to get to that point?
Okay. Because that is one of the things, right? We all kind of think we know little things that we're doing, but we're so busy in our business, we don't spend the time to really do this brainstorming. So that's really cool. You got to get this out first.
Yeah, and that's why I really put together the 6-week business boot camp. It is good if you are starting off, but it is also something that women come to me for a check-in in their business. So they may be in their business for 3 to 5 years, and they're, I'm not really sure if I'm going where I wanted to go. I need a check-in. And so that's kind of where that comes in.
Okay, great. Then where do we go?
Okay, so then we go into number 3. And number 3 and 4 are very sales-based. Sales, 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 sales.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, whether you wanted to be a salesperson or not, when you take on your own business, you are the sales team.
Right.
And you have to have those uncomfortable conversations. But what I ask clients to do to make it easier for them is, for one, figure out who you're selling to. So again, on my webinar last night, I was talking about a presentation I saw in a referral group where a chiropractor got up, and the objective of the presentation was, who can I send you?
Right.
So she said, you could send me anybody with a back. And if she had stopped there, she would have gotten so many unqualified leads, or people would have just ignored her. Because, I mean, especially when it's holiday season or, there's sales going on, think of all the things we get thrown at us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just gets glossed over. But she didn't stop there.
Okay.
She actually proceeded to give us very detailed client avatars and pictures. I love pictures. Give me a picture, an infographic, or a video any day.
Yeah.
And to show us exactly who she was looking for. So one of them was moms who, have their spines out of alignment because they're holding their child
the diaper
on.
bags, the baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so then there was a picture of this mom. So I knew, what her pain point was. I knew what she looked like. I knew what she might say, all by that.
That's very cool.
And so by the end of that presentation, I had like 3 to 5 people in mind that I could refer to this chiropractor.
Right.
All because she knew who she was selling to.
Right. So it's really our target market. We always know the number one rule, if you're marketing to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. So let's need that target market down, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then the fourth step is really, where are you going to find them?
Right.
So as I said, I do love business development. I love sales strategies and coming up with ideas. So it's about figuring out where that client is, right? What sites are they on? Where are they networking? Where are they spending their time? What stores are they shopping in? So that you can get an idea of how to get them to shop with you.
Right.
And
Okay.
again, you want to be intentional in that. Just because, and you can attest to this as a mom, as somebody who organizes the Mom to Mom sale.
Yeah.
If I'm looking for moms, that's a great place as long as I'm in the price point of that vendor show.
That is the biggest thing. I try to help so many people out sometimes with that, and they don't understand maybe which of the vendor shows are the best for them. So to have someone like you that can really pinpoint that for them, that's really great. So where do we go from there?
So the fifth area of your business that I want you to check in, and again, this is about being intentional, is in your networking.
Okay.
So again, this goes back to if you're, marketing to everybody, you're marketing to no one. It's the same thing in your networking. You really need to stop and think, is your 30-second pitch or infomercial doing what you want it to do? So if I think about how these networking events go, and again, because you run them, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If 10 people all get up in front of me and you have absolutely no differentiator, then, I'm going to get glossed over.
Absolutely.
I'm going to lose
I try
track.
to say that too. You got to stop, especially for people in direct sales, stop branding the company and brand yourself.
That's right.
Because we're connecting with you, not the product.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what drew you to this product, and then tell me
Yes.
about what makes you different.
Yes.
And have an ask, which is, I know, something you've been trying to
Yes.
get the
Yes.
ladies at Rock Your Biz to do.
Yeah, it's nice because we get together, we network, we kind of know what each other does, but we may not really know what you need from us that month. So
That's right.
Tell us what you need. Maybe we can help you, refer you.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we want to help you.
Yeah.
We want to refer you.
Absolutely.
But we don't necessarily know. So when you're picking your networking events, again, be intentional. Know where you're going. How does it link up to where your customer avatar is, who they are and what they do, and what do you want to get out of it?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about a sale, or do you want to find somebody to have coffee with so that you can dive deeper into each other's businesses?
Absolutely. Okay. Was that 6?
No, we
did 6.
have
We're
one
on
more.
number 6. All right.
We're on number 6. So number 6 is, getting stuff done.
Yes.
And like I said, I like you said, we have kind of, modified that tagline. We could also say getting poop done.
Yes.
I mean, I have a 16-month-old. I spend lots of time talking about poop at least twice a day. But this is how to schedule all the tasks that you need to get done into your schedule. And like I said, a lot of the women that I work with, they're having a hard time keeping those revenue generating tasks up at the top.
Yes.
The things that are going to get them.
Lots of time wasters out there.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm not immune to it. I have the squirrel syndrome,
Yeah.
I see something shiny
Yeah.
or find something else I'd rather be doing, and squirrel,
Yeah.
like I'm gone.
Yeah.
But what I say to people is, first of all, get real about your schedule. So pull out your schedule. Is meal prep on there? No, put it on there. Taking the kids to and from school? Yep, you need to put that on there too.
Yep.
Taking a shower in peace.
Schedule that in.
Put it all in there, because one of the advices that I find a lot is they tell moms we'll get up 2 hours before the kids.
Right.
Okay, I am not a morning person. It does not matter what time I go to bed, what my intention is, what I put out into the universe. I am not getting up a minute before I have to. So for me, I know from 7 to 9 is shot. It's me getting my kids ready. It's me taking them to school. I'm not going to start work till 9. So it's those type of things that you want to make sure that you've put into your schedule so that you actually know how much time you have.
Right.
And then you want to take all of those goals that we've been working on throughout the 6-week business boot camp and break them down into small, manageable tasks so that if you only have an hour, you can grab this task, this piece of the revenue generating, job that you need to get done and slide it in.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for all the information and tips. And if you'd like to find out about Samantha's, what she's got coming up, she's got webinars, she's got boot camp, and you will see Samantha King at our Rock Your Biz Expo in the new year. Find us on Facebook, Rock Your Biz Community, and find out everything that's going on. Come join us at a networking meeting. We only have 2 rules. You have to be authentic and have fun. We'll be right back.
Rock Your Biz. Rock Your Biz, where women get together to help each other grow their business. Networking, boot camp, seminars. Rock Your Biz with Tracy Sheldrake.
Okay, we're back. You're listening to Rock Your Biz on Whistle FM, and I'm here with Samantha King, accountability coach, and we just went through the 6 tools to start off the new year with a bang. Let's do a little recap of those tools.
Yeah, sure. So, 1 and 2 are all about business planning. How big is your fempire and how are you going to get there?
Okay.
3 and 4 are all about sales. So who are you selling to? And like I said, not anybody.
Right.
Let's be specific.
Okay.
And where are you going to find them?
Okay.
Number 5 is about networking and being intentional in your networking. So
important.
What are you saying? Is your 30-second pitch doing what you want it to do? And are you networking in the right places?
Yeah.
And then number 6 is all about getting stuff done. And that is getting real about your schedule and breaking down the goals that we worked towards in the prior 5 weeks of the boot camp and breaking them down into small manageable tasks that you can slide into that schedule.
Right. Okay, so I've been listening to this. I think it's kind of good. I think I need it. How can I find out a little bit more and see if it's right for me so I can book with you?
Well, I do have, I think I have 3 more dates, but my next webinar, which really goes through these tasks and these steps in areas of your business, is happening on December 5th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
So you can actually go onto my Facebook page at SK Accountability Coaching or send me an email at iamsamanthaking@gmail.com to sign up and find out more information. I always have Facebook events on my page, and the next one for the webinar will actually be opening up later this week.
Okay, great. So we can check out that webinar, and then that'll let us know, and that'll lead us into the boot camp coming up. And then you can find Samantha on rockyourbiz.ca and our Facebook group. You alluded to many occupations you've had in your previous life. What made you decide that this is the one you wanted? What brought you here?
My passion really is empowering and encouraging women to, build the empires of their dreams, to get them going so that they can find that time freedom and family life balance and the time for self-care.
Right.
And that's where really my accountability coaching came from. In my practice, it's all about helping these female solopreneurs take intentional and focused action to keep them going so that they get to that time freedom, that life balance, and that time for self-care that they're looking for.
Okay, so thanks so much. So much great information. I'm so glad to have you here. Again, find Samantha and Rock Your Biz at rockyourbiz.ca. Start watching out for our Rock Your Biz Expo. It's our yearly expo. It'll be coming up in February. And if you hadn't had a chance to see Samantha by then, be sure to come by. You can book a one-on-one with her there and make it out to our next networking. You can find all that out on the website and the Facebook group. And as always, we only have 2 rules. We're looking for you need to be authentic and have fun. Come on out and join us.
You've been listening to Rock Your Biz with Tracy Sheldrake on Whistle FM. If you'd like to get more information about the various networking programs, all you have to do is drop by our website at